All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mega Momentum Mornings
Yeah,
with
man.
Anthony Dizette, the master disaster over here. Dustin Pritchard, how you guys doing this
Coffee.
fine
Coffee.
morning? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Second cup of coffee. I'm drinking big coffees.
Are you drinking the big coffees? You got
It's
your big
funny,
boy
man. I
coffee.
got one of my Yeti cups I've been having for years, dude. It's like, this is my Snapchat phase, and this is my other branding phase. It's like, I got a really random Yeti cup I've been using for years.
Oh,
But it's
that's
a
great.
big cup.
Is it? I need that, man. I need that. You know what I miss? Like I'm in Mexico right now, and all my stuff's at home, so I miss my coffee cups. So I'm always having to go get more coffee because you need the big ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
And I
come
do
on.
iced coffee. I haven't drank hot coffee. I couldn't even tell you the last time I've drank hot coffee. So I'm an iced coffee fan. I kind of make my own iced coffee. And I'll tell you, man, at some point, dude, I want to launch the Mega Momentum Coffee, dude. So we're going to be talking about
Oh, are
that
you kidding
sometime
me? We've
soon.
been talking about that. Like, there's so many things we're going to talk about today. Oh my god! But Mega Momentum Coffee. Are you kidding me? It's going to be like
Right,
high
right.
caffeine, extra caffeine, extra.
Well, man, I got so many. We had a crazy week, man, and a crazy weekend with a lot of interesting stuff. And I have all these crazy notes that I've been kind of going through, and then I leave a notebook somewhere. But man, I know we got some amazing, information, some different things that we're working on. And today we don't have a guest, guys, because there's a lot that we want to kind of unpack for you guys about the Mega Momentum brand. What
Yeah.
Dustin and I are building. So I'm gonna let Dustin kind of start off and kind of give you an idea of what direction we're going and what we're looking at.
Well, you know what? We're launching a number of different things. So the Mega Momentum Challenge actually started to evolve into a multi-stream coaching platform, which is what our intention was right from the very beginning, which is awesome. So we're really just getting that rolling right now. And I did want to talk to, and I wanted to give a shout out to all of the Mega Momentum participants. We did a 30-day boot camp. For those of you who don't know, we did a 30-day boot camp over February and a little bit into March to level up your game in business, to create that visibility and authority online and offline, to really jumpstart your pre-spring, your pre-busy market. And it went phenomenally. We had hundreds of people in that challenge. If you guys are actually watching today, this is streaming right into the challenge group as well. Go ahead, feed in your comments, say, hey, good morning, how you doing, what's up, right? Want to hear those wins, want to hear all of that good juiciness. Let's share. But the challenge was awesome, guys. Where it was amazing. So it was incredibly effective. The results that we saw people achieve in as little as 30 days,
Yeah.
it's the reason why we do this, man. Like, we do this for a reason. We want to affect change. We want to be able to help people really build that momentum in their business. And it worked. It worked extremely well. So I want to give a shout out to all of you who took the challenge. And I want to give a very special recognition and shout out to those of you who actually got the certificate of completion, which Mr. Phil Hallman issued yesterday. So congrats, everybody. Go ahead. Feel free to share that everywhere. We love you. You're awesome. So please share all that stuff all over the place. That was an amazing challenge. And we actually at the hey, good morning, Allison. How you doing? All right, here, look at that. Love that. Hey, Allison, what's up? What's
Allison.
all right. All right. So you know what? We at the last day of the challenge, we actually launched our Mega Momentum coaching. So this is something that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. I've actually spent the last year and a half really getting everything ready to be able to execute value at a high level. And I know that Anthony feels exactly the same way. So when we teamed up, we're like, yeah, we're definitely doing coaching for sure. This is going to be a lot of fun. So we're actually launching our first coaching call tomorrow. And if you're interested in the coaching, like, just feel free, just tap into the links below or above. I think the links are above. So go into the link above, click on that, tap into that. And if you want to join us, we're going to be launching that out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mr. Dazat is going to tell us a little bit about what we are going to learn tomorrow, how we are going to dominate Instagram.
Well, I wanted to point out, man, when Dustin and I even talked about getting the business together, one thing that I did notice, he invited me to the challenge, and I saw this community grow so fast. It intrigued the shit out of me. I'm not even gonna be honest. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, because I've been trying to build this myself a little bit, and I mentioned in the coaching group the other day, I did a quick live video about perseverance. And it's something that's very important to my life. I mean, guys, I've been thinking about this. You guys may know me because I had started, obviously the Homes and City real estate team and the Zet group, but I also started a brand called Mega Agent X. And it was one of those things that I wanted to put into play for a long time, and I'll tell you, finally merging with Dustin has given me the opportunity to really take this to the next level. And we agreed to merge the brands, which now we got Mega Momentum. It's kind of a name for both of what we were trying to put out there. But the thing is, what Dustin mentioned, what we're going to offer. Well, again, let me touch upon those guys that did the challenge. Again, I want to reiterate. The challenge was free, okay? And there was no skin in the game for these people. I mean, some paid a little bit extra money because there was some upgrades to do into it, but for people to put that level of commitment into something when there's no skin in the game, just to kind of base it on their own success, I mean, it was huge. Like, I reposted today, guys, go check out on my Facebook wall all the people who got their certificates for Mega Momentum, and that intrigued me. That was enough to come to Dustin and be like, hey, man, what are you doing? What can we do together, and how can we help more people? With that small community built so fast, so quick, we're going to grow into something much bigger, into our Mega Momentum coaching program. This is a group coaching program, guys, and we're keeping it stupid cheap, in my opinion. Something that we're going to be offering a lot of value. I mean, just yesterday alone, I think I had 3 of the agents in the coaching group reach out to me one-on-one, and talk to me about some of their problems or situations and concerns. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring a high amount of value, to you, for a relatively inexpensive price, probably less than the coffee that you're spending every single morning.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on the coffee, but yeah.
It does depend on the coffee, man. I tell you want to talk about that, dude. That's what I was going to mention that earlier. So I used to go around New Orleans. I used to fill this cup up. Okay, and I'd go to the coffee shop and I'd be like, okay, just fill up my Yeti cup. And I was kind of known for that. It's kind of goofy. I'll tell the story later. You get to hear my story in the coaching group about how I built this influence.
You better sign up for the coaching so you can hear this.
Right? But I would go around town, man, and I started a fun challenge on who could fill my cup up with coffee the cheapest. And dude, no shit, it was from $1.50 to $9 to fill this cup up based on the coffee shop. I'll never forget, man, the one coffee shop that charged me $9, he literally fills it up. And I'm like, guys, people don't realize this big Yeti cup is literally like 24 ounces. It's not super big, okay? And he says $9. And I'm looking at him like, holy shit, did this dude just tell me this coffee's $9? Now, mind you, it's my cup, my straw, and $9. And he's like, are you going to pay for it? I'm like, man, I don't know.
I don't know.
Right? I said, I was like, hold up the line. He's like, I said, dude, I don't. So, yeah, that is. I mean, depending on where you do. And that's a good point, man, because people do. It's, oh, man, what's the guy, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. He's like, man, I never pay for coffee. He never goes to a store, and I don't know if he's lying or not, but I'm just telling you a story. He goes, like, that cup of coffee, he said, like, dude, I make my own iced coffee now. Literally, I know this cost me about 50 cents. Okay, and what Kevin said, he goes, I never go to a place. I pay for my own, I make my own coffee. I drink my own coffee. I invest that money that I didn't spend that morning into something else, whether it's stocks, crypto, whatever it may be. And guys, think about that. I mean, look at it. If we're going to Starbucks or PJ's Coffee or whatever your local coffee shop is, and you're spending $3 to $5 a day on coffee, okay, put it to you this way. That money's gone. Okay, and that's what people are scared and invested in themselves or invested into even stocks or even like crypto. Crypto is huge right now. Guys, I'll tell you, stop taking that money that you're spending, that you're wasting. Literally, you're drinking it and you are wasting it, okay? Mm-hmm. That's $3 to $5 per day. Do the math. I mean,
just start investing in yourself, man. You got to invest in yourself. Like, stop wasting money on this frivolous stuff and just invest in yourself.
Absolutely, man. And if you spend that $3 and you put it towards yourself, towards education, towards reading books, towards coaching, and things like that, I mean, it's huge. And people don't see that. Eating out's the worst thing you could possibly do as far as like, growth in life.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, instead, let's drill into that for a second. Imagine if you save that $3 a day times 30 days, it's $90, and you put that into coaching, and you put that into books, you put that into self-development to move your business, right? To move your mindset, move your heart, move your business forward. Yep. And you do an extra deal, just one extra deal, man. Like, just one a month. Like, you're making, what are you making? Like, it's crazy. Like, in some markets, you're making $12,000, $15,000. In some other markets, it's like $6,000, $7,000. It's all relative, right? You're actually taking that investment and you're getting a return on your investment. You can get a return, like a tangible return in 30 days. Like, if you really think about it, this isn't just investing a couple of bucks and then, my stock's going to go up to 200, whatever. It's going to go crazy in the next 2-3 years and you're going to get a return. You can literally get a return in 30 days. Look at the challenge. Yeah. We did the challenge and they invested their time because it was free. Some of them did upgrades and got some really badass content. And they were able to get results immediately in 30 days. And do you know what the cool thing about the challenge is and investing in yourself today is that it keeps on paying. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It keeps on keeping on, man. It just keeps on going. So like after the challenge, they got momentum. All these people have momentum after the 30-day challenge. Now the next 30 days is going to be sweet. The next 30 days after that is going to be super sweet. So you know what? Invest in yourself, because that's a gift that never stops giving.
It doesn't, and it's being learning based, man. I'll tell you, I've run across so many agents that they disregard that. Like the other day inside of the coaching group, it was one of my accountability calls. I'd really light bulb went off, and I kind of knew this, but it's like, don't let lead generation replace marketing replace lead generation. If that made sense. And that's another whole thing too, man. It's like, that money you're spending, like I mentioned, eating out. Guys, if you sit there and figure out, if you eat out lunch every day or whatever it may be, I mean, that amount of money, you could pay for one of the top coaches in this country to coach you one-on-one if you truly wanted to. And like, there's nothing wrong. There's a good social factor, a networking factor with eating out and doing things like that. But again, if you're not putting that money or that time and energy into your business, I mean, it's crazy. I gave a shout out to my coach, on one of our last calls, and she actually messaged me and all that funny stuff. But the fact is, I put my money where my mouth was originally when I got into this business. And it wasn't cheap. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, same thing. I said, hey, you can get into these coaching programs. He's like, well, how much are they? I said, man, they vary $1,000 to $1,500 a month. He's like, holy shit, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. And it is, the sticker shock, price shock will get you. Okay. And that's something that, Dustin and I is trying to do. Now, granted, this is not one-on-one coaching with us, but you will have accessibility. I mean,
oh my God,
price we're charging.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, man, but like it almost is like one-on-one, because it's a small, tight group of people that are all like, it's not just, the interesting thing, this isn't just about having coaches and trainers and team leaders that have built significant businesses. That's Anthony and myself. This community is full of other people that are also contributing to each other's success. This is a different kind of environment. It's not just a one-on-one, because you do get extra value. Like Anthony and we're broadcasting into the group all the time, extra over and above the weekly coaching calls. And all you have to do is message us and ask questions, and we're there, right? We're doing masterminds and all kinds of cool things like that. But the environment itself, the group itself, the culture inside this community is one of contribution. You give to the well, you drink from the well. And that's what everybody's mindset is inside this group. And that is incredibly powerful. That's incredibly powerful. Not only do you have veterans, but you have each other helping each other grow and supporting each other on your journey. It's an outstanding experience.
No, for sure. It's something that I preach to people all the time, and I'm reading the book by if you guys don't know a gentleman, Brian Carruthers, amazing guy,
I love that
master at multi-level marketing and building huge enterprises, and I've had an opportunity to learn from him, man. But if you guys haven't read the book Building an Empire, I literally think I'm on the 6th time listening to it, because it's so. You're building a community of people who all have a same interest for success, okay, and that's been a shift for me. I'll be honest. Even when I ran my big real estate team at Keller Williams Realty, even when I made a transition to EXP Realty, every time I had a team of people, okay, and it's really been in those times. I went through a very isolated phase, I guess I'd say, with my transition from both companies, where I went on my own. I was by myself for about 2 years, and I'll tell you guys, it wasn't for me. Again, that this is me, but I'll tell you, when I am around other people and I'm having these conversations and these powerful conversations and these people who are significantly better than me and significantly need to level up more in their lives, that community. And that's where I think a lot of real estate agents struggle, is their unwillingness to really network and communicate with other real estate agents. They always make it about buyers, they make it about sellers, they make it about the business. But shit, I can go from coast to coast right now. And if I was driving through every city and every state in this amazing country, I could stop and go have a drink with an agent that I know personally.
Cool. That's cool. It's the networks, but like you commented on the Mega Momentum community, like in our challenge that we ran, that it grew really fast, and the level of engagement and care that people had for each other, right? That is a powerful culture. right?
Absolutely.
And when you're and speaking to all the people that are listening right now, that if you're ever wanting to build a real estate team, culture is the most important aspect of your organization. If you want to grow a business of any kind across the board, your people are your business, and the culture that you set inside that atmosphere for them to grow into, for them to be supported, that is going to be the make or break. That is going to either make you very successful, or it's going to get in your way, and it's going to make it very painful. So that's one of the things that we want to talk about, like in our coaching. Click the link above if you're interested. Tap into the coaching. The first one's tomorrow. Anthony's going to be talking about Instagram and dominating Instagram through a lifestyle approach to building a lifestyle brand around you in your city, right? So that's amazing. And having those dream leads. Have you ever had a call like this, Anthony? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I saw you on Instagram. Yeah, I want to list my house. So can you come out and give me an assessment?
I literally had people call me and say, this is funny. They literally would say, "Hey man, how much does it cost to list your home on my home on your Instagram page?" And I said, "Man, that's
Yeah,
easy."
yeah,
And they would
right?
meet. And I'd meet with them, and sometimes I just tell them kind of like, "Hey, 6%,"
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "Oh no, I mean, how much? 6%?" And one thing I taught, because I did a kind of a pre class for my immediate kind of people I have accountability group with,
yeah.
and it was like it's influence. It's kind of the same thing. You're building a community within a community, and the guys, I'll tell you, there's a ton of power. I'm gonna tell you all the secret on this, because
Well,
I told them
tons of
this.
power.
I
Imagine going to
reiterated.
a partner with this,
Well, exactly.
right?
So if you go into these social media marketing plans with the intent of generating buyer leads, you're wrong. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna bring a whole different mindset to the table for you guys. Okay, because I'll tell you, the way that I coach, I don't coach up really on generating more buyer leads for you. I just don't. It's not my cup of tea. I'm going to help you create influence. I'm going to help you create leverage. Like Gary Keller says, leads, listings, leverage. Okay. And I think a lot of people misconcept that the fact that they think leads are like generating Zillow buyer leads. No. Okay. Buyer leads don't lead to listings, and it definitely 100% doesn't lead to leverage. So I'm going to help you kind of understand that. And we're going to do this through a social influence factor where you could dominate your real estate market. I'm talking dominate your real estate market and this does take time now. You're looking at a 6-month to 3-year window of consistent practice on building a social media influential empire in your real estate market. And guys, this could be niched like other. Like one of my agents, Angela, she might be on the video right now, but she lives in an amazing, very cultural part of New Orleans called the Bywater. It's right outside. It's called like the Ninth Ward. We used to call it back in the day. And I mean, she has some of the best restaurants, some of the best bars. I mean, in a probably 12 block radius.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's mention this: the average price point's like 450,000. Okay, I mean, literally, she could become the Bywater person easily by geo-targeting, niching, building out a social media influence, doing these type of things. And that's one thing we're going to coach y'all up on how to do that. It's going to be unreal.
I was imagine like you're getting the leads coming in, walking through the door because you got this massive influence over your geo-targeted area, right?
Yep.
This is one of the best and easiest ways for you to become a dominant listing agent is just having that influence and having that visibility and authority. Imagine going to a listing appointment and say, listen, we're going to put your property up on the Instagram account. The Instagram account's got 40,000 people and they're all wanting to buy and sell in this neighborhood, right? Like you immediately walk in with credibility where the other guy that you're competing against, they're coming in. They might guys, come on. If you have your pre-listing package done, you come in with a nice presentation, you got a marketing plan that includes a social media platform of influence, right? You are obliterating the competition. You guys know as well as I do that most of the agents, they walk in through the front door, they haven't done their homework, they're not prepared, they don't present well. And if you present well and you have a kick-ass marketing plan like this,
yeah.
It's unreal. It's unreal. Like what's your close factor? Like your closing ratio's got to be 90% plus.
Well, it's a no-brainer for the seller at that point, man. If that seller, one thing I showed in the course the other day is that your Instagram followers or your Instagram users, consumer, is a significantly younger, demographic than Facebook. All of us have Facebook, but I could tell you, to this day, I've not met one objection or even saw another agent that's using this to influence sellers to list with them. Not once. Not once have I been challenged. So, I mean, I'll tell you, like, for example, one of my accounts that I use this for is 30,000 followers for New Orleans, Louisiana. I mean, what seller, okay, one, if you want to get the most amount of money, you got these companies out here, the 1% list. Look, I'm not knocking them, do your thing, whatever you do, okay? The fact is that I'm charging 6% because I'm bringing a value that no one else is bringing. Even the person that's coming in next after me charging 5-6% isn't doing this. If that person has any knowledge, and let's be honest, if you don't have knowledge of Instagram, which I think, mind you, we looked at the charts yesterday, it's 1 billion active users a month. Okay, we're not talking overall. We're talking 1 billion actual users a month. Okay, on this platform. If that seller has any, if they've left their house in the last 2-3 years, they know what Instagram is, and you present this to them. And then I'm going to show you a way not only to just take a badass picture of this house and put it on your Instagram, but I'm going to show you how to generate business from it. That's a big part that I will go through tomorrow. I will go through 100 Instagram accounts and show you exactly what real estate agents are doing wrong. Okay?
Perfect. That's perfect, man. Actually, Anthony, I think we're going to break this down over a couple of different meetings because there's so much high value content that we're going to be delivering to you on the Instagram side of things, just all by itself. That it's going to take us probably 2 or 3 calls just to go through it all. But by the end of it, if you actually take notes, you watch the videos, and you implement, it's a step-by-step, paint by numbers, how to gain massive influence in Instagram. Think about this. You're not only increasing your conversion on listing appointments, guys. You are not only increasing your conversions, you're able to charge more. Have you ever gone to a listing appointment? And I guarantee you have. And like, I'm good, and I have, right? So like, have you ever gone to a listing appointment and you find yourself fighting for your commission because you have not delivered the value that the consumer perceives is necessary for them to be charged 6%, right? Like in one of my primary markets, the average sale listing commission is 4%. I'm not saying the average because you're not allowed to say the average, right? But it's around 4%. You know what I'm saying? So you got 4%. Imagine being able to go in there and charging 2 points more, right? Imagine, like, how much are you going to increase your bottom line over the year, your annualized bottom line, if you land another 5 or 6 listings at 6% as opposed to 4%? Like, how much more money is that in your pocket? And learning that basic skill is the difference. And then articulating that skill at a listing appointment and articulating that value to the client at that listing appointment, you're going to close more and charge more because it's worth more.
Absolutely.
Worth more.
See, and that's what something, so I believe I've been building out platforms and coaching within my very small group of agents, and my agents kind of know me in life and things I do. I always put together these things called the plan. Okay, and this is something we're putting together right now, guys, and I'm still building this out. Like, I want to let y'all know a secret about what Dustin and I are doing right now. This is the beginning of it. Okay, we're charging a minimal price right now because we are putting together these courses. So one I want to tell you about is the plan, but it talks about building influence. I mean, this is a whole blueprint to your success. But a big part of this is kind of what Darren and Aaron said the other day. It was about the raving fan theory.
Yeah.
Okay, I call it compounding clients. Okay, just like, does anybody know what one of the greatest forces in the universe is? Has anybody ever heard that theory? It's called compounding interest, okay? And they talk about that a lot. Well, I take that same theory and I call it compounding clients, And you do, because, I mean, you walk in, you have this influence, you list this property, and then what happens after that? Okay, the cool part about what you're building, not only are you going to build this based on real estate via social media, but also you based on influence in the community also. Guys, go look at what I've built.
Really important.
I mean, myself, my personal Instagram account's at 28,000 people. Okay, and I built it based in New Orleans, based on, I'll tell you one of my biggest, and this is something, it's really random, but someone about 3 months ago, and this is, I don't even know where it came from. She's like, I'm getting my Anthony Dezette and David Goggins vibe on today. She tagged me. I got goosebumps. I'm like, I don't know, it was totally unwarranted, but I'm like, this chick said I'm like David Goggins. Holy shit, are you crazy? But you know what's cool about that, guys? It's I have influence.
Yeah,
Perception is reality. I mean,
that's
someone
it.
just compared me to David. I ain't a damn close to David Goggins. Trust me, okay? But the fact is, someone out there in their mind perceived, and it's because we put it out there via social media. And guys, you build that together. You build that, and what I'm going to talk about is that you're going to build multiple stages of influence. Okay? I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
break down again. This piece right here is what started this, and you guys don't know what this is, but you're gonna find out on the coaching call. And I'll tell you how I use Snapchat, which I don't use anymore. But it was me thinking outside the box and thinking, these stickers. It's funny. I have a funny story about these stickers, and I'll tell y'all in the coaching group of what I do with these stickers to really gain influence in a market. And you could kind of do a same thing, not kind of. You can do a same exact thing
And do the
in a
same thing.
very specific niche in your market.
Man, that's sexy. It's so much fun. I can't wait to get into this because that's one of the things that Anthony really brings to the table is that influencer kind of mindset, being able to not just use social media but community influence at the same time. So it's offline and offline. You marry that together, and now you're the superhero in the industry in your targeted neighborhood and niche. It's pretty badass. So we're actually doing this coaching tomorrow. We're starting it tomorrow. Click the link above for the coaching if you're interested in joining in and learning something. Trust me, just the one class tomorrow alone is going to be worth it, man.
That's what I mean. Just if you walk away with like brand awareness, it's something hugely important. You guys see the Mega Momentum logo right here. You see what Dustin and I we're about to talk about our Homes+City, Homes and Beach brands we're building. Brand awareness is insane, okay? And the one thing that Gary Vee says, and I'm a big, I listen to the shit out of Gary Vee. Gary Vee talks about you are the brand. That will never, ever go away. And guys, you need to build that out. You need to work on that. And that's what we're going to do in this coaching. I mean, right now, again, being so early into this, I am very available to help you build and grow this. Very available.
Well, tap in now, right? Because it's a smaller group at the moment. It's starting, so
sure.
it's not even the ground floor; it's the basement floor, right? We're
Right.
and like you're going to get both of us and high level access to both of us for an extended period of time, just because it's just getting started, Oh, and by the way, guys, if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, just click on the link for the YouTube channel. Just subscribe so you can get notifications next time we're going live. We do this Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mega Agents. Coffee and coaching.
I want to talk about that. We got a few badasses coming today. We had a conflict on schedule when we typically do have one, but I'll tell you guys, I just had another agent confirmed just now, and she is a badass. So be ready. I mean, I'm talking like top 1%. Keller Williams agent based out of Prairieville in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Amazing. I got who else we got? We got Nolly Williams. I don't know if you guys know Nolly. He's coming up in the next couple of days. And actually, Nolly's, we just missed him, man. His schedule was he's a little busy right now. He's actually in the way to Puerto Rico. But I watched one of Nolly's videos yesterday about why you should take listings. And it was just like, pow. I mean, it's just like the guy brings in. If you guys don't know Nolly, go look him up. Going to be an amazing interview. We got about 4 or 5 others lined up. But I'll tell you, the great part is that I'm going to bring agents to you guys that are really have crushed it and been crushing it for quite some time. Because, one thing about these people that we're going to be talking to is obviously they're real people, okay? They started somewhere. And that's what something happens. That's the level of power we want to bring up to you guys is that, if you can hear from these badasses and ask questions, that's I believe, one missing point in this real estate business is that the willingness to share sometimes. But I'll tell you,
man, that is the missing link, right? Like everybody feels like they're competing against each other and they don't share. Like that's why the communities that we build are so important because everybody's sharing everything all the time.
I had somebody say that the other day, Dustin, and it's like, when they walked into the office, it was like everybody went hush. And I've never been that person. I'll be honest. When I was at, I used to be in the Keller Williams Market Center in New Orleans and in Baton Rouge. I was that person for some reason. I just shared everything. I always was. And I remember my business partner back then would sometimes give me shit about it. You're always telling this. You're always coaching classes. But look, that's just who I am. That's back to like the community that we're building, you and I's conversations. The reason the amount of passion, okay, when I talk about perseverance, persistence, and passion, those 3 things that we talk about a lot, I mean, guys, I could talk about real estate shit all day long. Okay?
All day.
And
all day.
if the bad thing about me personally is that if I'm not engaged in real estate, I go down a rabbit hole somewhere else that I shouldn't be going down. Like, when it went back to, it's like, I'll get into, oh, I should start building this, or I should start doing woodworking. No, hell no. I'm going to go build real estate empires. I'm going to help you guys build real estate empires. And hopefully at some point we could be in the business together and grow these empires together.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of which, that's actually a really nice segue.
I know,
That was
right?
speaking of which, Anthony and I have an announcement. We are building what we think is the world's first international super team brand, and it's called Homes+City. Homes+City and the sister brand Homes and Beach. So this is what we think is the world's first, because I don't think that there's anybody else that's doing an international team brand. The reason why we're able to do this is because the platform that we're part of a company that is international and growing incredibly fast. But now because of that, there's no borders, there's no barriers. We're able to grow a team. And both of us are very, very successful team leaders. We have decided that we want to take all of our team systems, everything we're doing, including giving Mega Momentum free to every single person that is part of our organization. But we're building out a super team. Super team across right now. It's in Canada, United States, and in Mexico. We're just about to launch.
Yeah, we're really close. Some final legal details, and it's something that
Thanks, Brandon.
This has been a vision. It's Brandon, one of my guys in Shreveport, Louisiana. What's up, Brandon?
What's up? Pete?
It's just this has been back to that perseverance part, guys. As I'll tell you, is that it was. I'll give you a little small story about Homes+City. Years and years ago, 12 years ago to be exact, I had this thought. I was looking at, building a brand. It just might have been right when Gary Vee kind of started his thing about building brand, building content. And back then, I had a real estate team, rather big real estate team in New Orleans, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and a couple other parts of the country. And it was the Dustin Group. Okay, and it was great. It was a brand. It was my name. I was Anthony Dustin everywhere. Names, gleaming lights, blinking, shining, billboards, all that fun stuff. And it was just really an interesting transition because I attempted 12 years ago to rebrand my entire real estate business to the Homes+City real estate team. I'll tell you, I failed. I failed horribly. We came in, I had this concept, I had this theory, we put it into place. It was like, holy shit, what is this? We don't even know. And so we ultimately, back then we went back to the Dustin Group, the Dustin Group real estate team and went back to it. But 12 years ago, I had this vision of an idea. Now, back then, I'll be honest with you, I was not small, we were a decent sized real estate team in one city, in New Orleans, okay, where we started this. It was nearly impossible to do this vision. I literally had a whiteboard, and if you guys don't know Adam Bailey, in one of his presentations, he talks about his whiteboard and how he built out his own brokerage and built it to a certain part. It's very similar to what I did. I wish I had a picture of that whiteboard, but I drew all these crazy circles and lines going here. And it just didn't work. It was not I wasn't in the right vehicle at the time.
Well, it's the right vehicle in the right time. The tech wasn't there. The platform wasn't there.
It was not there at all.
It was not there, right? Like,
we were in 3 different cities at one time, and we had Boomtown. And Boomtown's a great platform. I'm not knocking them at all. But I'll tell you, I was spending an ungodly amount of money to have 3 websites. And back to, guys, when you get into coaching with me, you will quickly realize how much I don't like spending money on buyer leads. Quickly realize.
I don't like spending money, period. We're gonna teach you how to make money without spending a crap ton of money, right?
Nope.
This is all about keeping the money that you make and
keeping the money, and that's kind of what it was. And so I disbanded. I went back to the Dustin Group, kept branded for a long time. Well, I'll tell you, after I made the transition from Keller to the current company, one of those nights I woke up. I mean, like in the middle of the night, I don't know what it was. Okay, and I'll tell this story because I want to talk to you guys about how passionate I am about this project. Okay, and woke up, was holy shit, Homes+City. What happened to it? Okay, and so I went, and guys, thank God, I still had the domain name. Okay, that's how I feel. I had the domain name, I had the Instagram. Well, I didn't think I had the Instagram at that time, but then I went and started building it with EXP. Now I'll tell you, back to failed again. Okay, I want to repeat these failed things because this is what happens, guys. It's about perseverance, persistence. You got to keep going. And I just couldn't get the brand off the ground. And the reason why I couldn't get it, I was trying to do it all by myself.
That's hard, man. It's hard.
So hard. so
That's
hard. It was, I wouldn't say it's expensive, but I had an office, I had all this stuff, and I kind of didn't embrace the whole virtual environment that we're looking to build
yeah,
this within too.
yeah.
And now we're here. We're here a couple of years later, and Dustin and I have a very awesome vision, big thinking, crazy vision. I want to tell you, if you plan on getting into business with us at all, bring your A game, bring those big thoughts. Like seriously.
Yeah, bring your A game, 100%. We're looking for ambitious, motivated realtors. This isn't a place for complacency. This team environment, this is not a place for somebody that just wants to pop off a couple of deals in their part time. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. You'll piss us off. You will piss you off.
Right.
Just be honest. We're just being honest. Like if you are a business builder, this is the place for you. If you are a grower, this is a place for you. If you have the ambition, if you've got the cojones to go to work and get yourself uncomfortable so that you can build the skill, become the person that deserves the success that you crave, you're in the right place, right? But if this scares you, good.
Yeah,
Good. You should be scared. You should scare the crap out of you.
I get scared every night. I mean, I literally I haven't been sleeping much because of Dustin and I's conversations. And I'll tell you, I just want to reiterate, guys. I mean, this is a 12-year process for me of a lot of failures, and finally we're seeing the light at the end of the, not the beginning of the tunnel, I should say. Okay, we're seeing, maybe we're going into the tunnel and seeing the darkness. We see a blink of small light, a pinhole-sized light at the end.
Yeah.
But right here, again, I want to reiterate is that the combination of partnership in this and what we've put into place is that we're actually not taking a bunch of money from a bunch of agents and then running crazy. Dustin's in Tulum, Mexico. I'm not going to be drinking margaritas on the beach with him because what we're putting into place, man, we want to create leaders. We want to create true business partners.
Yeah.
And we're giving people, we're going to talk about that in detail, but we're giving people the ability to join this brand and literally pay us nothing.
That's right. That's
all.
right. How would you like to get all the value of working and partnering with us, including Mega Momentum, the entire coaching platform for nothing, and not even pay us anything at all? How would you like that? Would that sound all right to you?
Right.
Yeah, we're rocking that out, man. You know what? You were talking about failure, and I just want to say, because if you're watching this and you're like, and Anthony's talking about failure, he's been incredibly successful. We all, every single one of us that have achieved success, we think that most of the great things that we've achieved are actually failures on the journey of actually achieving the dream that we want to achieve. You know what I mean? So like, I'll tell you my story. I built a brokerage to a boutique brand to 60 agents and over 840 transactions a year. We owned our niche in that market. I was the CEO of that company. And I still think of that company as successful as it was. I still think of it as a failure. And the reason why is because it didn't turn into the vehicle that I wanted it to become to deliver the life and the business that I actually wanted to achieve. Even though, like, really, at the end of the day, like, I was able to achieve like top 1% team status in the world as like, compared to other teams that are out there. But I still think of it as a failure. I wasn't able to scale the operation. I built out this big brand and everything else, but it was so old school. It was sold in the 1980s with the brick and mortar. It was so, it had all this incredible overhead, like $500,000 a year plus burn every single year. That's money that I had to make just to pay the bills. Man, it was incredible. It was a very different business model, and it just was not scalable. And that's one of the reasons why we are so excited about what we're doing now, because we get to take all of our experiences, all of the things that we've learned about how to build a very successful business inside of real estate, and now we're doing it in a virtual atmosphere. And I relaunched, I sold that company, and I relaunched in January of last year and built out a $250,000 real estate team that's completely virtual in the space of 6 months. Yep. And that just proved the entire concept that we can take this thing international and really grow this out. So we're looking for leaders. We're looking for growers. We're looking for big thinkers, people that want to achieve great things, and you just maybe haven't done it yet. So come along for the ride. Let's have some fun.
It's so true that you say that, man. And I'm glad you pointed that out, because when I say I failed at these two things, I mean, literally 12 years ago, we were doing 60 million in volume. That's not a failure by any means.
No.
When I tried to relaunch this on my own, we were doing, my GCI was 300,000, quarter of a million, a year. That's not a failure. But one thing I saw that for me, I mean, I'm for.
Oh, am I frozen?
Dustin, I kind of by a month, okay? And what I saw for what I wanted to do is that I didn't want to be the one. I was the one years ago, had the names on the billboards, flashing lights, everybody knew it. And I quickly realized after so many years, I didn't want to continue to be that person. I wanted to be able to step away. That was the reason why I kind of thought about this brand. I could never step away from a brand that was called the Dezet Group. I can never really and truly offer leadership or ownership opportunity to someone if it's called a Dezet Group and your last name's Smith. Okay, so that's kind of why I put together this brand in place. And I'll tell you guys, my goal, our goal, I believe, with this right now is to create leaders to where I can ultimately step away and just focus on coaching you guys up. And then meanwhile, you guys are just crushing this brand. The big difference, I'll tell you, the huge difference is that the platform we're in, what we're building, offers success opportunities so many levels deep in my life and our lives is that I know it will be successful this time because I see the different point in vision. Okay. And we're going to fail. We're going to hiccup during this time. There's going to be a lot of transition, a lot of learning. But I know one thing is that the clearer the vision, the bigger the vision, okay, you're going to mess up in the meantime, but this one will be sustainable for quite some time.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. Think about it like this, guys. It's like business in a box, essentially, right? So in our platform that we have, we're part of EXP, right? So we're not going to beat around the bush. We're part of a company that is absolutely international now. It's going bigger and bigger and bigger. So we chose this platform specifically because it is engineered for business builders. It's engineered, think about it. You're the CEO of your own organization from day one with the ability to earn 4 different ways inside the company. So imagine that. So you're earning 4 different ways. You've got commission income, you got revenue share, you got stock awards. And with this system, with our team system, you have a business in a box so that you can almost immediately start earning team leader income, overrides off people that you are working with, that you've invited into the team. That is unprecedented. That is unheard of. Normally, you would have to spend years and years and sometimes decades building that skill to be able to lead people in a real estate team. Now, all you have to do is plug into a business in a box kind of atmosphere with a couple of guys that just want to help you. We want to help you grow. So,
well, Brian talks about that in the Building an Empire book, man. He talks about, and that's the reason he went into multi-level marketing platforms is because he's putting together an opportunity to grow a sales force. And everybody benefits along the way. I mean, people knock and look, I'm not saying EXP is this because it's not a multi-level. I mean, this is not it at all. And I realized the difference quickly because when I joined, I was working with Brian Carruthers for quite some time in a product called Legal Shield. And the only reason why I decided, because it was an amazing opportunity to learn from this guy. I mean, it was like literally, you want to talk about coaching, guys? I want to talk about the power of coaching. So if you guys don't know who Brian Carruthers is, look him up. He wrote the book on multi-level marketing. This dude crushes it. I mean, he's on stage with Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, you want to talk about coaching and opportunity for a price. They convinced me to get in a Legal Shield. I didn't want to do that at the time. I was like, okay, I'm building this real estate empire. I don't want to do that. But for $40 a month, I was able to have access to Mr. Carruthers one-on-one whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I mean, Jay Martin, he's on the call right now. He commented, he's like, people don't get that.
No, you don't get that.
You got somebody who's on the stage with Grant, and he spoke at the 10X conference.
Yeah.
And I could call him on my phone one-on-one. And
you guys understand how powerful that is?
People don't get it. Okay. And that's where, I mean, literally I've listened to the guy's book and people don't understand that, but that's what you can do with these type of opportunities. Like what we're building with this real estate company is like, the fact is we got so much crazy leadership that's going to be happening. And look, we just told you we're not bullshitting. There's an opportunity to come into our group and pay us $0. And we'll also agree to split with the agency you help come into the team. We'll agree to split their income with you.
That's crazy. Like, not only pay us $0, but we'll pay you leader income on top of it. We'll pay you to be part of the team.
Yep.
Like, it's business in the box.
And what I found is that sometimes people just think it's not achievable or not, something like that. But that's something we're putting into play. And that's something, if you're willing to take the risk with us, I think it's a very informed, calculated risk. Look, we're here to help you guys grow, and we're going to do some crazy shit. So y'all better be ready.
Well, we're going someplace, guys. We're going someplace. We know what our vision is. We know what our mission is. We know the value that we're delivering. And at the end of the day, we're looking for people that want to come on that journey, right? But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like, oh, okay, so I'll join the team and instantly become success. This is not a magic bean that's going to fix your life or your business. You are going to have to go to work. And if you want to join the team, be prepared. We will hold you accountable. We are going to achieve great things, but you're going to have to put in the effort. You're going to have to put in the effort because you're the only one that can. We'll open the door for you, but you got to walk through it, man.
Well, being able to be held accountable, being able to be coached. It's like one guy we're going to have on, Devin Trish, man, one of my guys that I brought into the business, to the industry back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You know, it's random. We started doing this coaching thing. He sent me this text about, hey, man, how you helped me out and everything. But you look at, like, back in the day when he started, I mean, this is a young guy that didn't have much, and he'll tell his story. We're going to be talking to him. And I think right now, just to give you an idea, this guy, young guy, we used to, I wouldn't say make fun of it, like, Devin, why the hell you wearing this yellow polo shirt all the time? And he will talk about this on the call. And he's like, dude, Anthony, this is all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I could wear. And we're like, holy shit, okay. You know, now Devin, I think right now he's got like 30 pending in the real estate business. You know, and the reason I'm even mentioning this, guys, is that there was a level of accountability. Devin and the people in the team would come in every day, make phone calls. Guys, we're going to build a virtual environment for you to where you walk into an office every day and you're going to be lead generating with multiple agents across not just your city, across the world. Okay, this is something cool we're going to build in place to where you have that community, you have that accountability. And again, why I mentioned Devin with this, Devin it was do or die for him. And he was willing to show up every single day, man, and put his nose to the grindstone. I mean, I got story after story after story of agents like that. I have agents who would drive from New Orleans to Baton Rouge, come meet with our team and prospect. I have agents that, would, back in the day before we had this technology, we used to do Google Hangouts and prospect together. Yeah. Stuff like that. So it's really just neat what can be done. And I think one of Dustin saying is all it takes is a team. And I'll tell you, it's true.
It is true. 100%. So guys, if you're interested, just click on the links above. Follow us on YouTube. You want to get into the coaching, the link is above as well. If you're interested in joining or learning more about the Homes+City brand and how we deliver a business in a box so that you can scale your opportunity fast, get a hold of Anthony or I. You can DM us, PM us. You can just get a hold of us. We'd love to chat with you a little bit more, do a discovery call. You know what? And I'll tell you one last thing on the Homes+City. Anthony, you're right. What I look for in people is heart and desire. That's what I look for. I look for ambition. I can't give those things to people. You can't give that stuff away. If you've got this, we can teach you all the skill. Yeah. Like, we're not needing
the skill's easy, man. Look, the skill's easy. It really is.
Easy. Mindset, that's what we're looking for. So if you are ambitious, you are motivated, you want to grow, we are the people that you need to talk to. 100%. But don't worry, if you're like, I don't have enough skill, or these guys are badasses and they're expecting a lot. I expect effort. That's what I expect. I expect a positive attitude. That's what I expect. And I expect you to get uncomfortable so that you can become as comfortable as you want to become.
That's it.
That's it, man. All right.
All right, guys. Well, look, we're going to wrap up the call. I know, be prepared. Thursday, we have a badass real estate agent. I believe he's somewhere around 40 million in volume. Guy. And I love him. To tell you a little secret about me. I like finding these real estate agents that are kicking ass in cities that are tiny. Okay? Because we could
micro markets. It's amazing.
Oh, and we're gonna look. I got geo micro markets is something that I coach up on, and I'm building out an entire platform, just conversation, based on that. But we just Tammy Montgomery's coming back on. I just talked to her yesterday, Dustin. She's something that we interviewed Tammy in the Mega Agent X, morning, but we're going to bring her back into Mega Momentum for you guys. And, 350 transactions, 100 million volume in a city that literally is like 10 miles wide.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. It's super incredible. I love talking to these agents that are able to build a really significant market share and mind share in small markets, right?
Dustin, it plays into my theory of influence. I mean, guys, go try. I was able to do it in New Orleans. And New Orleans, if you don't know, New Orleans is a small market, okay? Dallas, Houston, New York, San Francisco, Miami, shit, those are tough, man. Like, I'm being honest with you. You can do it. They're big. But guys,
I'm literally building a team in Tulum, which is a very small market. So you get to work with me and Anthony as we build out Tulum hand in hand while you're building out your own city. So this isn't just about, guys, we're not just coaching. We walk the walk. We don't just talk the talk. We are doers. We are
And
doing
that opportunity to come in and take over a market through social media influence, through prospecting, through influence in general. So it's not all about social media, guys. Because one thing I'm gonna beat y'all up on is lead generation for listings. There's no better influence in a market than taking listings, at all.
Let's go take some listings.
Take some listings.
Let's go take some listings. All right, guys. Ciao for now. We got to go, but you know what? Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate y'all. Click on the links above. Follow us on YouTube, guys. We're gonna be rocking out some really killer content. So I'll see you guys on the other side. And remember, all it takes is a team. Boop. All right. All right. All right. All right.